Hey everybody, Patty Ann here. Today I'm just showing you the bag that we all made yesterday with our sew along. It's such a cute bag, and today I'm going to show you how you can put rhinestones on it, especially if you're trying to make money using rhinestones. Say you're doing a show somewhere, a craft show around Christmas. You can easily personalize it like I've done there with the letter P. And so my first example showed you how you could use makeup in it. This example shows how you can put blades in it for your Cricut or your silhouette. You can keep pills in there, medications in there, vitamins in there, toys in there, art supplies, craft supplies, you name it, you can do it. And it's a really easy peasy thing to sew. And I think it makes a fabulous gift. It's so easy to just tie up like this, and you just push those little ties right in that little hole there, and then take the flap with the Velcro on it and close it up. And again, as you can see, I personalize that. Well, today's class, if you want to call it that, is going to teach you how on the spot you can personalize this bag for people. All you'll need to bring is your Easy Press. So this is using the Sophia cinch up bag. It's easy to sew, and you can sew it and sell it. And this is where we're going to be embellishing it or customizing it right here on this flap. So to do so, I purchased a font from Rhinestone World. You can get this font if you'd like to as well, and that's the one I'm going to demonstrate today. You can make your own, and maybe I'll show you how to do that in another video. But this is just a $9 expense for you. I'm not affiliated with them, just to get you started in your business of customizing things like that. Doesn't even have to be one of these bags. It could be any little thing that you can purchase. Any of those blanks that you can get. Hey, you could make yours say Tiny Princess, just like this does, in a jiffy. Have the parent say whatever they want on their little kids t-shirt that you have. Well, after you add it to your cart and you've purchased it, then we're going to open it up in Silhouette. You can also open the same thing up in Cricut Design Space, but I found it to be a lot easier to work in Silhouette. So this is ultimately what you're going to want to have in Silhouette if you're using a Cameo. It won't come in looking like this. I had to cut it apart a little bit, and you'll see that in just a sec. So I'm going to open it up so you can see the way it comes in. Looks really weird, doesn't it? But I'll click on it to open it. And this is the way it comes in. So you do get the lowercase and the uppercase letters or the capital letters. I've decided I'm just using the capitals. But really important down at the very bottom where I'm pointing out right now, see that dimensions there? You must make sure after you remove that you group everything else back together. All of it. In Cricut or in Silhouette. Group it all back together, and then make sure the dimensions, the height and the width, are exactly what they tell you right there. So you'll have to change it. But everything has to be grouped together. If you don't do it with everything grouped together, your holes won't be the right size. This is for the SS size rhinestone, which is the size I most often use. As a matter of fact, that's the only one I've used, the SS10. And so I'm coming up here and I'm going to change it so it's 14.73 tall. I'm going to unlock the lock and make that say 14.73 tall. And again, you'll do the same thing in Cricut. And for the width, I'll make it 15.92 and hit enter. And then I can delete this info down here. So there they are. And as you can see, it's not going to fit on my Silhouette Cameo page. And my sticky flock, I'm going to cut a piece 12 by 12 inches. So I've got to do a little doctoring on this. So the first thing that I did was I ungrouped everything, and that's allowing me to grab the numbers and the lowercase letters, which I'm just going to delete because I'm not going to use those right now. So now I'm left with all the uppercase letters, and as I said, they won't fit on my mat. So I'm going to make sure that this says a Cameo, Auto Cameo, and 12 by 12 inches, because that's what my sticky flock is. And I'm going to start grabbing some of these things. So I grabbed the L, M, and N, right like that. Scroll in closer so you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and grab them again. Just L. Okay, there we go. All right. And I have to grab all the little rhinestones too. Did you see? Oh, I missed one. There's no box around that. So I can hold down my shift key and grab those as well, any that I missed. And after I grab all the ones I think I missed, I will right click and say group. Well, first I pulled it away to see if there were any rhinestones hidden under there, and there weren't. So then I grouped that all together and it's perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to take this big strip right here and I'm going to group all this back together because this big strip will fit on my mat. So I can right click and say group, and I'm going to look and make sure I didn't leave any rhinestones. Nope, I don't see any. Oh, wait a minute, it's not exactly going to fit. I think I'll take that K off of there or something. So again, I'm going to ungroup, and I'm going to try to get just the K. Oh, I got the J too. Did you see that? Let's scroll in so you can see better. So I'm going to try to get just the K and all the little squares that make up the K. Now if I get the J as well, I can hold down my shift key and click on things, and that deselects them so they aren't selected. So you try that on something if you're not sure what I mean. If you select something you do not want selected, you can hold down your shift key and that deselects it. So now that's all together, and I'll group it. Now I'm going to accidentally move this, I think. Yeah, see that? I just accidentally pulled that rhinestone down there. I don't want it down there. So I undid it, and then I put it undid, and now I'm going to group all this stuff together, move it and peek underneath and make sure there's no rhinestones, and it's perfect. Okay, so now that'll fit really well. Okay, and now we've got to do something with this little bunch as well. So again, whoops, don't want to move the little box behind it. The boxes are really necessary, and you'll see those in a bit. I'm going to scroll in and do the X, Y, and Z. As you can see, the W has also been selected, the box of the W. So I'll undo, and while all of that is selected, hold down my shift key, select the W, and then that deselects it. So now that's good. I have not left any rhinestones behind, so I'm going to group that as well. So let's see. Whoops, I forgot to group it first. Got to grab everything and group it and see if it's going to fit on my page. Perfect. Very well, good. Okay, I could be done right now, but I decided what I wanted to do was to duplicate a few of the letters that are used a lot in words. So maybe like the vowels, A, E, I, O, U. So I'll just duplicate a few of those just so you can see how that would work. So what I've done was I just clicked on that. I'm holding down the Alt button on my keyboard, and I drag a copy out. And then I ungroup that. So I'm just going to make another A. So again, I clicked on that. Oh, I got the B. Well, that stuff's all selected. Hold down my shift, click on the B, and that deselects it. And then I can go ahead and group the A. So now I have two A's, which is perfect. If I want another B, I could do the same thing. Let's see if I missed anything. Ah, look, I left the rhinestone behind. So what I can do is undo and then hold down my shift, or go ahead, I guess I did it again. That time I grabbed all of them and I left nothing behind. So now I can group. So I just went through and did this, adding some more letters that I thought might be used more than once. Okay, the next thing I did was I hit send, and I'm sending that to my Cameo 4. Notice I have it set on the rhinestone template material, and I did a test first. Make sure you do a test first. This is going to take quite a while, and you don't want to ruin your time. So now I'm checking to see how it worked after my test and after it did the whole thing. And you can see that it worked really, really well. There's a few of these I need to poke out. I'll use my little pokey tool, thanks Vicky, to poke those little guys out and go through the whole alphabet and those extra letters that I made like that. Next up, I'm going to put these letters onto some parchment paper. I will be cleaning up the edges of that later, because I'll be storing them in this parchment paper. So I just stick it down on there and go to the next one, and I'll go through the whole alphabet, taking these out and using the pokey tool whatever I need to, and putting them all on the parchment paper. And next comes the letter P, which I'm going to use for my initial on my bag. So I've sprinkled out some rhinestones. I'm just using the little rhinestone brush to carefully brush them in. All you have to do is go in a circle, large-ish, and they should be all in there already. So I'm carefully taking them off, send them to the side, and then I'll get out my special transfer paper. Remember, you can't just use regular transfer paper. You have to use the special kind, either for rhinestones, or you can get some paper off the back of your heat transfer vinyl that might work. So it has a backing to it. I'm going to make like a U shape in the middle. Go down in there and pick that up. Use my little brush to make sure everything's caught. Okay, there's one that's giving me fits. I keep brushing him and he won't come up for a few minutes. Typical, right? He'll come up eventually. There he goes. All right, so there's the letter P. Out of my rhinestones, I'm going to put on my bag. Now there is the P that I can save, because I'm going to use all of these again and again and again. That's how you can use them at your shows. All you have to do is cut them once, and you can use them again and again. Bring your little Cricut Easy Press, pick out the letters and the rhinestones, and away you go. So I'll just show you how I'm going to put this on the front of this tab, kind of figuring out where I would like to put it. And don't forget, you could also customize these with vinyl if you'd prefer. It's just something you couldn't as easily do on the spot, because you'd have to have all those things cut out, and that just wouldn't be as easy as you'll see at the end. I'll show you exactly what all you'll need to be able to customize things beautifully. I mean, at one point I thought I could even put the word diva sideways, or a name, couple letters. On this particular one, all I ended up doing, sorry you see my Cricut shirt there, all I ended up doing was putting one initial. Okay, my Easy Press is plugged in and I'm ready to go. So I'm just trying to make sure that's very straight, because I want my letter to be straight on there. Trying to get an idea of where I want it to be. So I put a little mark. I couldn't find a pen quickly, so I used a red pen, which I don't recommend. Okay, and I do have that nice little pad under there that I love using for just about everything. I have this from the Rhinestone World, and it tells me 335 degrees for 15 seconds. So that's what I'm going to do with my Easy Press. So at this point now, I'm ready to go ahead and put this on here, centering as best I can, and I'm going to press it. with my Easy Press. And again, the card said for SS10 rhinestones to press it for 335 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds. And as you can see, I've covered the rhinestones with some Teflon. I always do that to keep the fabric safe. And I'm doing it again, as I've said, for 15 seconds. A medium firm pressure. Okay, it looks like it's done pretty well. Beautiful. It's really pretty and shiny. Just to give you an idea of what it looks like. Okay. Nice. I'm going to press the back. As you can see, the Velcro is still there, and that's one of the reasons I don't usually put it on until the very end when I'm done making the bag, customizing it for my customers. So again, just to let you see how it looks, it's got makeup in here now. Some other things could be toys in there, or craft supplies, or vitamins, or your medications. Or in just a second, I'm going to show you something else that I put in mine. Let's see how easy it is to close and use, and it's just really super cute. I think it's really nice. I think it would make a nice gift. And you could put more on there than just the letter P. And you actually could make it go sideways as well if you wanted to. Like I said, I could put Diva on there. I figured out that I could probably easily put 3 letters up and down this way. But if I wanted to put something like Diva, I could put it the other way, which would be fine, or some other word that way. Yeah. I love how it feels. It's just a really quality gift. It's very nice quality. Okay, and this is what all the letters look like and why it's so easy and customizable for you. All you have to do is peel off whatever the person wants on their bag or on whatever kind of item that you have that you're selling. And just within a few minutes time, using your Easy Press and some kind of item, a blank of some sort, you could make something very quick, just like this. Of course, I'm just seeing what it will look like on there. I would first do it on my piece of parchment paper or something like that, and then pick it up with the transfer tape and then put it on my item. So I showed you how you could put them that way. And like I said, I kind of like Diva if you wanted to put something on there sideways. So it could be just like this. Started that way. I thought, I think I'd rather have it the other way. DI. Because Diva won't fit down that way. However, if I put Diva the other way, it'll work. Anyway, just a thought. And also, in addition to this, you could do heat transfer vinyl on these, like I said, or you could easily embroider on this tab before you even attach it to your bag. That'd be super easy. Another way to customize it, it wouldn't be fast like this, not something you could do on the fly at your show, but it's still doable and I think very sellable. And these you use over and over and over and over again. So I hope you liked this tutorial and yesterday's tutorial. And if you did, you'll give me a thumbs up and subscribe and share it. Thanks again for joining me. See y'all again real soon. Bye.